Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Raphael Bechan with MacShan Enterprise, and I have with me today Handicapable Extraordinaire, a motivational speaker, gospel singer, Pierre MacShan, my cousin. What's going on, man?
God bless you.
What's going on? So,
How are you?
I'm cool. I'm cool. So, we're gonna talk about the Handicapable brand, and we're just gonna go from there, man. We're gonna start with the beginning. You were born where? Where you from?
I'm from Forest City, Arkansas, small town outside of Memphis, Tennessee.
No, okay, so when were you born, man? Like, what was that like growing up for you?
Well, I was born in the '80s. It was a pretty normal childhood, if you want to call it that. Other than the fact that I was born with a terminal disease, muscular dystrophy.
So exactly like what is muscular dystrophy then?
Muscular dystrophy is a muscle deteriorating disease that eventually over time uh, it, it destroys your muscle mass.
Hmm. So like what kind of effects would it have on the average person then?
You'll be eventually confined to a wheelchair, loss of mobility, you know, things of that nature.
And that's what happened to you?
Yeah.
Or were you born that way?
Well, I was born with it. It caught me at an early age, like 6 months old.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you real early. So so then when it comes to it catching you early and then it is you said a muscle degenerative disease is what you said? How did you say?
Yes. Yeah.
So so with it catching you early, did you were you in a wheelchair at an early age?
Yeah. Yeah. I've never walked.
Yeah, you never walked.
No.
So then, what was that like growing up for you? Then, like not experiencing that, just being in a wheelchair your whole
Um. It was. I'm not gonna say it was cool, but I adjusted fast. My family they didn't show me any mercy, so I had to kind of like we didn't have time to feel sorry. We gotta keep up. We gotta move. So like I didn't have time to feel sorry for myself.
life. I feel that. That's understood. So, like, what kind of things did you do to overcome though the obstacles though that you had?
You know, for the most part, I just kept my mind on positive things, and I learned to adapt uh, comedy humor as a
Mm.
coping mechanism.
Okay, so like, so in overcoming those obstacles though, like, did you have any setbacks, and how did you overcome those particular setbacks?
Uh, it's gonna sound cliche and churchy, but prayer, man. My grandma she prayed, and she's it, that was the key factor back then, man.
Big shout out to Gladys. You know what I'm saying? You right about that.
Old mom.
so, so is this what spawned the thought of handicapable, or how did that come about?
Man, you ever heard the phrase uh, the pieces just the pieces of the puzzle just fell in place almost effortlessly.
Okay.
That's really what happened with the handicapable brand, man. We started doing gospel shows with Max Enterprise, and I like inspiring people. So I took it a
Right.
step further, and I started speaking at different places, encouraging people daily. So that's really all we're doing. It's just finding different ways to encourage people.
So exactly what do you do with the Handicapable brand? Like, where do you plan on going with that?
Where do I plan on going with it? I don't know where I'm going with it for sure, but as long as it has a purpose, like a meaningful purpose behind it, and the ability to help people, I'll be cool with that.
So I mean, but help people how though?
It's inspiring, motivating, showing that they can do it. Obstacles are gonna come, but you're gonna run from them or you're gonna deal with them.
That's understandable. So, and you've done speaking engagements before.
Hell,
Okay, and what was that experience like? Your first speaking engagement, what was that like?
it was cool, man. You know, we grew up in church, and I always wanted to be a pastor, so it was kind of like I got my shot at being living right. You know what I'm saying? So it was big. It was cool. The people connected. We connected with the people, and I feel like it was a success.
It was dope, man. It was dope. So, like, I mean, we're kind of jumping around here, but like, with so, which one came first? Like, was it Max Shane Enterprise that came first, or Handicapable?
Max Enterprise.
So,
It,
with Max Shane Enterprise, what were you doing with that organization?
um, we were doing concerts, but it was more for personal gain. With
Mm.
with the Max Enterprise, with the Handicapable thing, like it's more about inspiring than profiting. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. So, what else have you done with the Handicapable brand? I remember, if I'm not mistaken, you've written a book, right?
Yeah, you're not mistaken. Yeah, you're correct with that.
Well, come on, man. Tell the people about the book, then, man. Like,
All right,
what's the book about, man?
the book is about living and growing with muscular dystrophy. I cover topics like depression, um, depression, uh, um, addictions, uh, love, heartbreak, um, you know, uh, being broken, you know, and overall overcoming.
Uh-huh. Okay, so these are all things that you've experienced and that you've learned to just work your way through,
But
right? So, did you have any, like, going through this whole process? Did you feel like you were going through it by yourself? Did you have people to lean on? How did that how did that come together for you?
you know, people can only be there based on what they see. It's easy to say that. Like, don't get me wrong, my family is um, a tremendous support
Mhm.
system. But you still have the moments where they're watching it, they're not experiencing it. You know what I'm saying?
So it's more so like they on the outside looking in, so
Yeah,
they can they can't tell you how you feel until time help you maneuver through it yourself.
yeah. As much as they want to empathize, you know what I'm saying? Empathize. I'm sorry. As much as they want to empathize,
Mm.
you can't really empathize with it.
Yeah.
Um,
So I mean,
yeah,
yes, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
you can't really empathize with something that you've never dealt with. It's kind of like expecting a dog to be afraid of a uh, a, a turtle. You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense. So, like, with that being said, let's talk about some of the stuff that you've experienced and what you overcome, if you don't mind. Um, so, we've already talked about you not being able to walk and you being confined to a wheelchair. Um, so, going through elementary school, how did that make you feel?
I really didn't trip. You know, because the people I was in elementary school with, I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So like it was I knew these people. There was some
Mm.
kind of nervousness about the other kids making fun, but I never really had that. I never really had that experience.
Oh, so you never experienced like bullying or nothing like that? Then.
No,
That's dope. Um, so getting older, you started having some more, some other health issues. Did that come with the muscular dystrophy as well?
yeah, it was like one big perfect disaster. You know,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So what started off with the muscle system uh, affected the pulmonary system. So I caught pneumonia when I was like 10, and it went down from there. Um, I ended up being in a coma for like 3 months, and I had to get treated uh,
So
to
when you
breathe.
say get trached, what is that? What is that?
A trach is a tube inserted in your throat that um, that gives access to your airway.
Oh, okay. So basically just another air hole so you can breathe.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, move and like, did that make going outside harder for you then?
Nah, that didn't make it sound hard. That was more of a self-esteem issue, you know.
Oh, so like what? You just didn't want people like looking at you a certain way?
Yeah, you can say that, and you know, self-image is important, and at that time, mine was trash.
Hmm. Hmm. And when you got the tray put in, how old were you again?
See,
10. Uh, and then so moving on from there, like what else happened?
yeah, it was business as usual. You know, went to school, went home, did homework, played video games, and repeated the routine.
Okay, so so when you got older, your health started to deteriorate some more, and you ended up getting admitted into the hospital again, right?
Yeah, well, you know, hospital visits were a frequent thing. They were my normal. You know, so yeah, but yeah, when I got older, it happened more more often than it should have. You know.
Mm, okay. So then going on from there, you ended up getting your lung removed, right?
Yeah, I did, and as crazy as it sounds, it was the best thing that happened for me.
Why do you feel that way?
Well, when I had my lung, it collapsed when I was like 10. So all it was doing was collecting infection. Once I got rid of that, hospital visits stopped.
Oh, so it was so because of your lung ended up getting infected, and because of that, that's why you was always going to the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, blessing in disguise then.
Yeah.
But shoot, from there, can you say life kind of picked up for you?
Oh yeah, man, life became amazing. Yeah, life became amazing, man. It became amazing. I experienced things that I never thought that I would be able to do. I became a major rock star, you know.
A major rock star. Talk about
Oh
that.
yeah, oh yeah, man. When my grandma died, when our grandma died, I'm sorry. Uh, I was in a broken spot, so
Right.
I started hanging with uh my cousin Landon, and he would go to he plays drums, so he would go to a quartet program like every weekend. I started going with him, and
Mm.
I and from there I started writing music, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and my guy Jerry, we wrote a
Mhm.
song together, and I sung it, and it became one of the Billboard Top 100s.
Wait a minute. We're gonna back that up. So let me get this right. You went you're 10 years old, you get a trachea, you get a trach put in your throat
Yeah.
so you can breathe. Your lung also collapsed at 10. You get it removed years later. I forgot how old you were.
I was like 20. Oh, no. I was 22.
So
Yeah, 22.
so 12 years later, you get this lung removed. And from there, you join a singing group. Sing the song, and it hits the billboard.
Well, in my mind, it hit the billboards. I
Oh, so it didn't hit the
mean,
billboard for real.
nah, it hit like a singer in a Delta.
Oh, boy, I got excited.
Nah, nah.
But still, though, that's an accomplishment, man. One lung, and you sing, you already singing, man.
Yeah,
I know people out here with two lungs that can't hold a bucket of water.
yeah. I was, I was,
So
I was the equivalent of the gospel David Ruffin. I was out there.
what? Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
They came to see me, man. They came to see me.
So, man, tell me God ain't good. Can't tell me God ain't. So from there, what else did you do?
Well, from there, that's when I discovered. I learned the business of quartet, and
Um,
when done correctly, quartet is very profitable. So from there, I wanted to get in on it. So I stopped singing and I started promoting, and that's really how
mm,
Max Enterprise became uh, into fruition. So I just so you would say. Um,
okay,
I came up with the idea of just throwing concerts for a living because that their back their bottom line is nice.
right. So, all right, let's talk about the beginning of Next Gen Enterprise. Like, where did that idea start from?
I needed some money.
Huh?
I'm just gonna be all the way 100 with you, man. I needed some money. And, and that was my way of getting it.
Okay, so did you have like what was the not so much as the goal, but when I say where Next Gen Enterprise start, like was Next Gen Enterprise like the beginning, or was there other organizations before
Well, there were test runs. We had some organizations we did. We were doing concerts just once a year. And I think that company was called, what was it? Concerts for Causes?
Yeah, concert for causes. I remember.
Yeah,
I
and
remember that.
that was more of a charity thing. You know,
Right.
we did that because I believe in giving back to those who gave to you. And that came about. I wanted to do a charity concert for Children's Hospital. And so we started doing those once a year, and they were beneficial to the hospital and all their work. So we came up with the idea to do it uh, quarterly, every 3 months, and that's how Max Enterprise was born.
Okay. Okay. So from Action Enterprise STEM Handicapable.
Yes.
Okay. And so with Action Enterprise going on, because it was a lot going on with that. I mean, I can attest to it. I mean, I don't wear the shirt for nothing. But so when we were doing it, when we started it, you know what I'm saying? It started off in a room, Joe crib,
Yeah.
Joe crib. You know what I'm saying? It was me, you, and Kiangelo sitting there taking notes and piecing stuff together. And so, yeah, like that. It did take a lot of work. It definitely took a lot of work, you know. And we definitely, on behalf of Kiangelo, he ain't here, but we definitely thank you for like giving us the opportunity to work with your brainchild. And we knew that you had something, and we knew that you trusted us to push it forward for you. You know what I'm saying? So from me to you, I do appreciate it. Like
Oh
for
man,
real, for
we
real. I really
we
appreciate it.
we in this together, man.
Straight up, you know. Um, so like when you were writing a book, when you were writing a handicapable book, what can people look forward to in the book?
You can look forward to, because in the book I am completely and painfully transparent in that book.
Mhm.
I'm telling
Okay.
you how it felt growing up. I'm telling you how it felt when I was, well, it felt, I'm not gonna say dating, um, being in several different entanglements. You know, you'll see how I left religion. I left religion. It wasn't for me at one time. Um, and I talk about how I came back to religion. I talk about addiction. I talk about depression. I talk about surviving life. Um, and I talk about what else I talk about? Not just my life, man.
Yeah. So, man, wait a minute now. You said entanglement. So you mean to tell me that you had a? We ain't about to do that. We ain't about to do that.
Nah, we
So
ain't
when
doing
you
that.
say entanglement, what you mean out here, man?
Hey, get the book, man. Amazon.com. Get the book.
Amazon.com,
Get
man.
the book.
Oh, so is Amazon.com what? Slash handicapable? How we
Nah,
getting the
just
book, man?
just 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 type my name in, Pierre, and it'll come up.
All right, then we're gonna get the book there. You know, definitely go out and get that book. Oh, shoot! Like, tell me, when did you decide that you know what, enough's enough? I'm gonna take control of my life, no matter the situation that I'm in. I'm going to take control. What got you to that enough is enough mentality?
Well, They say MD is terminal, and when I was like 25, I was like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die my way. And so I'm not just gonna sit there and wait and be stagnant, and because everybody has purpose,
Mhm.
and disease is no reason, is no excuse not to fulfill your purpose.
Okay.
So to answer your question, I was about 25.
Yeah, I feel that, man. Like to have that enough is enough. That does something to you, you know. So at this point in your life right now, how do you feel about the level of success that you've reached so far?
I don't call it success, man. I'm just out here trying to live my life and be a positive impact on other people's lives.
So let me get this right. You don't call it success. You just say
Of
you're
course,
trying.
I'm trying, man. I'm just trying.
Why is it that you don't call singing in a music group with one lung, writing a book, now starting the Handicapable brand, building Max Shan Enterprise? Why don't you call that in itself success?
Because when you call it success, you admit that there's a competition. It's not
Mm,
a, it's not a
mm.
competition.
Okay, that was powerful. Powerful.
I know.
Powerful.
I do this. I do this
You
for.
do this.
I
That's
do
what we
this.
are.
That's why we have this
That's what we
interview. I
are.
do this. Yeah, I do this, man.
Hey, I ain't mad, man. Hey, own it, brother. Own it. Own it. So what's next, man? Like you got Max Shan Enterprise going, Handicapable. Again, you got the book. What you about to write a movie? What we doing,
Mm,
man? What we
nah,
doing next?
I'm gonna leave that movie to you, brother.
Leave it to
I don't,
me.
I don't know what's next, man. I don't know what's next. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm thinking about doing a mixtape, I guess. I don't know.
You gonna do a mixtape?
Yeah,
Hey, well, let me know. Let me know what moves I need to
the
make.
drought. Hey, the drought 32. You know what I'm saying?
The drop 32.
Yeah.
And so man, Pierre, I appreciate you for allowing me to do this interview with you, man.
That's it.
You
That's all you
know,
got.
that's all I got. I mean, what else you want to talk about, man? What else there
I
to
mean,
talk about?
since we talking, let's talk.
I feel it. So I feel it. I mean, shoot, I'm just sitting here really amazed. Like, I know I've been with you the whole way, but just to sit and talk with you about it and to get your perspective on it. And just looking back, man, you started Max Shan Enterprise in 2011.
Man,
No, I
honestly,
lied. I said that wrong. I'm
yeah, you
sorry.
said it wrong. You said don't
I
take away
said
from
that
the
all the
grind.
way wrong.
Don't take away from the grind, man. We
I
started
said that.
Mason Enterprise started honestly. I was in ninth grade, bro.
Yeah, man.
It was like
Yeah,
2000,
man.
2002, 2003.
Yeah, I was thinking about the first show. The first show was February 13th,
Yeah,
2011.
yeah,
The very
yeah,
first show.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was something right there, man. And here it is, 2020, and we still pushing, man. We still pushing. You know, um, and to know that we evolved like from concert for causes. We also had For the People. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was
We had For
terrible.
the People.
That was
You
terrible.
know, I mean, you know, we were still working, man. It was still the build up.
Yeah,
Um,
that was an epic fail.
hey, man,
But they taught us. We
shoot,
learned. We taught.
yeah, we failed forward. So that was the
Yeah.
thing. We learned from it.
And
And then
ground
we
still hurt
eventually
though.
like, yeah. And then we eventually settled on Max and Enterprise as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? We did the shows. We did the shows. Do we have any more? Do we have any more shows? Well, not probably not now because of COVID. But at
Now
some point, are we thinking about doing some more shows, or what we doing
we're on hold indefinitely.
when it comes to the shows?
Yeah, it's indefinite right now.
But we do got some merch coming though, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully by
All
the
right,
time
so
this video airs, like you might be on commercial like TV. By the time this
yeah.
video airs, it should we should be dropped follow the Facebook page, Max Enterprise.
All right, so so what kind of stuff could we be looking for when it comes to the merch, man?
And we going stupid, man. We going inspirational but relatable at the same time.
So what we gonna call it? Inspiratable, inspiratable.
Uh,
It's
see now,
corny, huh?
see now it's time to end the interview, man.
We just gonna cut that part out.
You blew the vibe, man. You killed the vibe.
You felt,
You
all right,
killed the
it's all
vibe,
good.
bro. It's over with now.
I mean,
Go
it's
ahead.
all good.
Go ahead and tag line, man. You got it.
No, I'm just saying, cut that part out. So look, man. Once again, my name is Raphael McShann with McShann Enterprise. I'm gonna do that again. Once again, my name is Raphael McShann with McShann Enterprise, and I'd like to thank Pierre for coming in, letting me interview him. I appreciate it, brother. You know, keep it going like you've been doing. You know, and we'll catch y'all in the next video. Remember, rule number 1: don't sweat the small stuff. Rule number 2: you know it, Pierre.
It's
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 all
all
small
small
stuff.
stuff.
Come on now,
Blessings.
and we out.